Okay, we are recording. Hello, guys.
What's up, brother?
Welcome to our first brand update. We're going to go through everything we've been doing until now for our new brand. And to not make this any longer, I guess we can just go right away with the first topic we're going to touch, which is.
Choosing the product. Yeah, we're gonna give an overview of everything. Obviously, we're not too far into the process yet, but we're gonna break down everything we've done so far because we think it holds some value. It's a little different than the normal drop shipping model. So the first thing we're gonna break down is choosing the product or how we chose the product. We talked about it a little bit in our last podcast, which we kind of were talking about our original drop shipping perspective when it came to choosing products. So we were just like looking at some product research methods, just choosing some products that had low cost of goods, lots of ad impressions, things of that nature. But this time around, we're trying to find something that solves a real problem, something that customers are going to be really happy about, and something that we know customers will come back and purchase again after they've purchased the first time. So I'll let Tommy talk a little bit about the uh, the original ad strategy or method we used to test the
Yeah,
product.
so to add something pretty short to what he said about choosing the product, we kind of had the notion already of what works because the previous brand we ran, it was a product that actually filled all the criteria Jason said. But we're missing some key things on the checklist that we didn't pay attention to because of inexperience, basically. So we actually solved those things for this product. So we covered everything Jason said, plus things like quality checks, which we didn't do, and then just buying inventory up front, just to make sure we were actually providing the value we wanted to provide. So to actually test the product, we went very drop shipping ish to say it. We just pretty much ran a few TikTok campaigns. We were getting a few sales here and there. We tested a few ads, competitor ads. We edited a bit, but actually nothing too fancy. And we got a few sales. We were able, well, if we wanted to, we were going to be able to actually scale this product. If we wanted to add Facebook, if we wanted to optimize our ads, but we actually just tested it for a few days and then we stopped running the ads and proceeded with the next step, which I guess Jason can actually talk about it now, which is when we stopped the ads and why we actually stopped them, like the real reason we stopped the ads.
Right. Yeah, and I'll add just one more thing. Um, to add on to the ads that we were actually running, just completely ripped ads and we were still making sales. So that gave us a lot of confidence to move into this next decision that we made to actually stop running ads. We wanted to stop running ads because if we didn't, we'd probably end up in the same exact spot that we were in last time. Just scaling up a product that we didn't know was fully high quality. This product that we were selling at the moment was sourced on CJ. We hadn't seen the product yet. It was kind of a sketchy brand that we like have seen on CJ before. So we didn't know that the product was the quality that we wanted it to be. The product itself on Amazon overall had good reviews, but at the same time, we didn't want to risk those problems again. So we decided that, since we knew the product had potential, we weren't going to push our luck any further. We decided that we were going to start the process of actually structuring a real foundation, a real back end. So things like starting to figure out like an inventory process, some email marketing, branding, things of that nature, so that we can get our back end fully set up and prepared before we actually start advertising the product. Um, and I'll let Tommy add on to that if he wants to more about like our vision, things of that
Yeah,
nature.
I mean, something interesting that we actually never even talked about until this podcast is that the few products we sent, orders we actually shipped, we never received complaints, nor chargebacks of the product we were actually selling, which gave us even more confidence to go and even like find suppliers, buy inventory, which we're going to touch a little bit more. Um, well, after we actually talk about this vision topic, and it goes really well with why we actually stopped running ads because we were pretty clear of our vision right when we started this brand, and we knew customer satisfaction was first, and we didn't want to actually make the same mistakes we made running the previous brand. So to feed our vision of customer satisfaction, fast shipping, good quality, having returning customers, providing a good unboxing experience, we stopped running ads to sell something that we didn't have any control of. We didn't control how it was produced, what the package looked like, what was the unboxing experience, how fast shipping was. Um, we didn't control none of those things. Not even like the fulfillment process they had. So we stopped running ads to make sure our vision as a brand could be fulfilled by following the steps we're going to just touch on, like inventory, developing back end. But yeah, that's well one of the other reasons we actually stopped running ads was to actually feed more on the vision we had as a brand and to not make the same mistakes we actually made once we actually had the previous brand and we had to close it down because of those mistakes. So I guess we
Yeah,
can talk
that's
a bit more now about how we found the supplier of the product and how long everything's going to take, maybe how much money we have invested, and those things. I will let Jason
yeah,
talk about that.
cool. Yeah, so I'll start off by talking a little bit about the process of finding a supplier, finding a manufacturer, and kind of getting the inventory process started. So the first thing I did was just I kept it pretty simple. I literally just went on Alibaba, um, and searched for our product name. So just went on there, searched up the product name, just saw what was out there, looked through a few different listings, and I didn't want to do anything that was too similar to the competitors, but also something, that was so far out of reach that it was like too different to have some potential. So the first thing I did was just reach out to a few suppliers, just saw which ones were something that would fit our vision of kind of what brand structure we wanted to go for, and just reached out, asked them, what would the minimum order quantity be, MOQ. So especially if you want to brand something out, a lot of suppliers will make sure that you're serious about it. They'll make you pay like a sample fee. They'll make you get like a minimum order quantity. So for this specific product, it's around 3,000 units that we have to purchase to even be able to like put our brand name on the product. So yeah, we have to pay the sample fee, have to pay the minimum order quantity. We've also got to pay for some extra things, like we wanted to brand the package, so we had to pay for their fee, the manufacturer's fee, and then also we had to pay to get the custom package done, which we'll talk about as well after the inventory process. And then since we wanted to also put our brand name on the product itself, there was another extra mold fee. So I'm gonna see if I can find all the pricing, and then we'll talk about kind of how long this is gonna take. So right off the bat, for the samples was $100. For the custom package fee was, what was it? $250. Or was that it? Let me back up a second.
I think there was
I'm
a
trying to
mold fee.
find okay, so yeah, somewhere in the neighborhood of like $300 to $500 just to get that process of like branding, the mold, the package, the sample, just to get that started is somewhere in the range of $300 to $500. But the good thing is we were very clear on the ingredients with the supplier. They've been clear with us. They're walking through us every step of the way, and now we have some actual control over the way the product itself and the package and the unboxing experience is going to go. Um, and then I'll let Tommy talk a little bit about like the custom package process, and the email marketing as well.
Yeah, so after, well, before you actually buy a product with a custom package, you actually need a design for your custom package. And to actually get our design, we just went to Fiverr. There's a guy that Jason worked before in his first winning product we had, and we actually worked with him again on the previous brand we had. So we just went back to him again. We wanted something that actually looked premium. We wanted to have our name, our benefits. It was also like a weird design because it wasn't like a box. It was more like a bottle in a sense, like a small bottle. So he actually did a really good job. If I'm not mistaken, the price was around $60, right?
I think it was around $90
Yeah, around
for
90.
that. So
So yeah, we just outsourced it on Fiverr, and we did the same thing for our email marketing. So once we stopped running ads, we didn't want to just get like stagnant and do absolutely anything until we had the inventory. So we understood the importance of the back end, which is like the foundation of your store. Basically, that's where your store, what your store relies on. If you scale too fast and you have a weak back end, your business is going to die. So we started developing our back end, and the first thing we did was get some email marketing on. We know that on the first brand we had, something that we actually lacked at most, like when we started, was email marketing. We were making absolutely no money. We were losing a bunch of money on emails. I mean, by not like getting customers back. So we hired the same guy from the first brand, so he could get our email flows set up. He's like really really good. We paid around 120 ish. We had a discount. He charges a bit more usually, but some negotiation tactics and buying again got us a little discount. We paid around $120, 125, and then we started setting up things like SMS marketing. We had like the store set up, but then we just kind of like destroyed the store, so we have to like set it up again. But like those things are not back end. But yeah, we started like putting a lot of work on back end just to have everything set for once we received inventory. We just had to start selling right away. So I guess that Jason now is going to talk about where we're going to stock our inventory, which is a dilemma we had because we didn't know if
yeah.
we had to get a 3PL, use like CJ's 3PL, or there was another
Right.
option, which I think is the one we're going to go, and Jason's going to talk you guys about that one.
Yeah. And also, one more thing I want to touch on, just the manufacturing process, is the amount of time that it's actually taking, because this is not like a few days process, because drop shipping, it's like you can get something set up within a day or two and be like running it, making money, I mean, within like 24 hours. We are currently 25 days into this process of talking to the manufacturer. We still don't have a sample yet, so this is like this is a new experience for us as well. We've been getting slightly impatient, but we're just holding on tight because we know this is the best thing we can do. But yeah, currently the first communication I had with the supplier was on March 13th, so we're almost a full month into this yet,
Oh,
and we are still waiting on the sample. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully in the next one we'll have like sample updates, shipping product updates, stuff like that. But we still have not ordered the actual bulk order yet, and that's something I'm sure we'll get to in the next week or two. But anyways, back to the inventory stocking. So yeah, a little like insight into the content strategy as well is we do want to do TikTok shop with this product. We think that it would perform really well. So for anyone who's not familiar with TikTok shop, and we're not super familiar with it either, but we do understand that they have some strict policies and things need to be shipped like basically next day when you're on TikTok shop. So we were doing a little bit of research to see like what our best option would be. And being a new brand, not having too much like pull with suppliers yet, we looked into CJ, the USA fulfillment warehouse, but watched a few videos on that one. Kind of saw that they didn't hold themselves super accountable to be shipping things fast, and we're not really willing to risk getting our shop shut down because of those fulfillment issues. Um, we can definitely talk to some 3PLs, but again, we're not sure about one, how expensive they are, or if they would like cut into our profits, or two, again, if they're going to hold themselves accountable to actually ship our products on time. So I think we're going to push those 3PL options back a little bit until we have some skin in the game. We're scaling up a bit, and for now, I am planning on purchasing a garage at my apartment complex for like 100 to 150 bucks a month, and just shipping out of there because I've done some eBay selling before, shipped some products before. For me, I don't mind it. It adds to my, it makes me feel a bit closer to that full customer experience. So I don't mind it. That's what we're probably going to start with, and just kind of stick there until it gets to be a bit too much for us. So I'll let
Yeah.
Tommy add on to that and talk about the content strategy a bit.
Yeah, so content strategy, we're going to be a bit broad. In this section, we're actually going to talk about why having your own inventory is better, or in which cases it actually helps you more than just drop shipping your product. So our content strategy, since we're doing TikTok Shop, we can actually be using affiliates a lot. Affiliates are a big like revenue generator now. Like they can even make a bunch of money off of you. So we can have a large network based on affiliates, and even more now that we're going to have our own package branded product, and we're going to make sure that we're actually providing a really good experience. Another reason of why having inventory is better, you're going to have faster shipping, which is better for customer experience, which is one of the main vision of our brand. You're going to always make sure that orders are shipped in the right way. Like if someone buys three, you're actually sending three. I'm sorry. You have better margins in the end since you bought bulk quantities. Product is cheaper for you. Margins are bigger. You have inventory control. You're not going to be going through those moments in which your dropshipping supplier has no stock and you have to wait until they stock back again, or produce a product again, which you don't have control of. Then also for our content strategy, besides having affiliates, we can actually work with organic, since we're going to be having our own videos, and then we're going to use those organic videos for Spark ads and be more of a solid brand, since we're going to be using our own content and not with content anymore. And the same thing applies once we just extrapolate this TikTok content to Facebook. It's going to be a branded content, and it's going to have like a better feel for customers, since the whole video is going to show our package, our mold, our product. Affiliates are going to be actually talking about our brand in the voiceovers. So that's kind of like the content strategy we're going to have. It's going to help us build more trust with customers, better relationships with ad platforms, even payment processors, since we're going to be having better shippings. The tracking number is going to be from the US, I guess, USPS, UPS. It's better than 4PS thing that we had before. So yeah, that's kind of the content strategy. If Jason wants to add to it, he can. If not, we can just proceed to the sales channels we're going to be using, or where we're going to be selling our product.
Yeah, no, that was a great overview of the content strategy. And again, like usually if you were just started like trying to get some content, you wouldn't have the option to just use affiliates and use their videos for content. This is like a brand new part of the game with TikTok Shop. Otherwise, we'd have to pay like hundreds of dollars for UGC creators, but I think that like starting on TikTok Shop, getting that content built up is gonna really save us some money on that UGC. Yeah, we can get into the sales channels now. So basically, uh, just a few different sales channels that we're planning on selling on, just to be a bit broad, especially now that we're gonna have our branded package and USA inventory. That opens up a few more options for us. To start with, we'll definitely be selling on Shopify still. We've always sold on Shopify, had a store there. So we're going to continue selling on Shopify through like TikTok ads, Facebook ads, and any other advertising platform that we decide on. And then the next one being TikTok Shop. So TikTok Shop is going to be a massive opportunity for us. Selling straight through TikTok. It's been a massive movement on TikTok lately, and TikTok's been putting a lot of work into building that platform up. So we definitely want to get in there and capitalize on it. And then lastly, we're gonna try and sell on Amazon as well. Amazon is a big spot for a lot of the bigger brands. They have a really good like fulfillment model, to just send in products and have them shipped. So that'll just also add on to the trust that we build with customers, with them knowing like, oh, this brand has their product on Amazon, they must be legit, they must know what they're doing. And I'll let Tommy add on to that, anything he has.
No, I think you actually explained it perfectly. The three main sales channels we're going to be using from Shopify, TikTok Shop, and then like you said, Amazon. So I guess that now we're just going to proceed with the plans we have for the following weeks, even month, I would say, because based on our predictions, we have around one more month without inventory, and we cannot just be looking at a wall, like staring at the walls before until we get inventory. So I have a few things here that I guess we're going to be working on. The first thing is actually optimizing store and make it as branded as we can. We have a month to make the store, so we cannot actually mess up the store, and like there's no possible way we mess up the store. So we're just going to start working on the store. Also, we need to start understanding TikTok Shop. We need to get our store basically started. We need to get familiar with the platform, understand how it works, policies it has, um, how we can just like work with their shipping, like those things. We need to understand how TikTok Shop works as a whole. Like we have no idea. We actually have never even opened that store inside TikTok Shop, so we need to learn, and I guess start like digesting a bunch of positive content regarding TikTok Shop. That's the way we learn how to dropship, and I guess that's the way we're going to understand more of the platform. Just seeing actual businesses that have been created inside TikTok Shop and just learn from them. So on my end, those are the things that I guess we're just going to be working on for now. Maybe the things like building teams, we can just leave that a bit to the future. For the future, once we have things, once we get consistency, once we start needing more and more people. So yeah, I would say those are the plans we have right now. You can talk a bit about the process of once we have the example, the sample. Yeah,
Yeah.
then how we can just proceed to get the inventory, and then how we are just going to like our plans for once we actually buy the inventory.
Cool. Yeah, I'll also just add on like quickly to the like content strategy, sales channels, things like that. Yeah, so this is going to be different than regular drop shipping. So we're going to have to again get used to these new platforms like Amazon. We'll have to learn a lot of what we're going to be doing in the next like 3 4 weeks is just consuming new knowledge so that we can prepare the best we can to sell on these new channels. Obviously, um, we're at a slight disadvantage since we're not totally familiar, but hopefully bringing like a good product onto the market will help kind of propel us forward. Um, and then we'll also be like finishing up our um, plan for getting like credit cards and payment methods, things like that, just to make sure that we have some cash and credit on the back end ready to scale up with. Since things can start moving pretty quickly, we may need credit for like extra inventory costs, things like that. So we're going to be preparing that way as well.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, as soon as we see the sample, what we've planned on doing since it's taken so long already to even get the sample is just get a photo of the sample, see how it looks, and as long as it looks good, we know what ingredients are in it. I've like done research on all the ingredients already to make sure that they're like healthy and that they're uh, good for your hair and skin and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and just get that MOQ ordered, so 3,000 units, and then we're gonna go ahead and just send it straight to my apartment. Get it either in a garage or hopefully not my bedroom. But if it comes to that, we'll just have to make do there. I'll get some shipping supplies, things of things like that, and just get started. But yeah, we're just gonna be in grind mode for a little bit, just hustling and making it happen. So I'll let Tommy add anything
Yeah, I
he wants
mean,
to. And
we know what it takes. We had a small bit of success on the previous brand. We know we are capable of doing so. We have the knowledge. We have the work ethic. So we just need to act on based on what we know, and we're just like we're pretty confident. We have a really good product. We have good skills. So we just need to put in the work, and eventually it's actually going to happen. So I don't have nothing else to say. If you have something else to add, well, one thing I'm going to say is that we're just going to be doing weekly updates. If we have any updates weekly, if we don't have update in a week, we can do it bi-weekly. But yeah, we're just going to make this a habit. And we're not going to stop once we get inventory. We're just going to keep updating you guys with revenue, profits, ups and downs we have, things we're learning, and maybe we do something in the future to actually help you guys open brands the same way we're doing so. So you can finish up if you have
For
anything else to
sure.
say.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy. This is hopefully going to be super value packed. I mean, from like just fundamentals of business to technicalities like TikTok Shop, Amazon, like everything that we learn, we're just going to be passing on here. So that should be crazy. That should be an absolute value bomb. So we're excited to keep going, growing this brand, and taking you guys along for the journey.
Perfect. So see you guys in the next video. Peace.